Hello and good evening, Be the One, as you're watching the quiz in English with me, Hayley Edmonds, and tonight there is a prize purse of €500. So for the people, the players that get up to 400 points or more, they will be sharing their part in €500. However, for those who play strategically and use their jokers, I'll talk about that in just a second, and get up to 960 points, that's the maximum you can obtain. There's an extra €50 that will just be distributing to you guys because we're generous and because we're Be the One. So what are these jokers? There are 2 jokers that are 50-50s that will take away 2 wrong answers from each question, and there are 2 jokers that will multiply the point score. So for each question is allocated a certain number of points from question number 1, which is worth 20 points, going up to question number 9, that's worth 100 points. So if you have one joker that will times the point score by 3 and another by 5. So if you're playing strategically, if you really want to go for the jackpot, then put your times 3 and your times 5 down on the last 3 questions. There's a little tip. There's 9 questions between you and you getting your part in €500. Let's take it away for this quiz in English. Question number 1. In Disney's The Little Mermaid, what type of sea creature is Sebastian? Is he a lobster? Is he an octopus? Is he a crab or is he an oyster? Now in Disney's The Little Mermaid, what type of sea creature is Sebastian? Is he a crab? Is he an oyster? Is he an octopus or is he a lobster? Now just so you can remember, work your mind back to 1989 when that came out. It was a huge hit for Disney. And the one we're looking for, in particular sung, there you see her, sitting there across the way. You ain't got a lot to know, but there's or something like that anyway. And so the answer is Sebastian, who is my personal favourite character of that Disney film. He was a crab. Yes, and he was right. Under the sea, darling, it's better, down where it's wetter, take it from me. And he wasn't wrong. So there we go, words of wisdom from Sebastian the Crab to get this quiz in English started on Be the One. 65% of you got that one right, so well done. 6% of you thought he was an oyster. Now, if I remember, my memory serves me correctly, the oysters, weren't they the lipsticks of Ursula the Sea Witch? 13% of you thought it was an octopus, and 16% of you thought he was a lobster. Anna, you got the answer the quickest, so well done, Anna. Keep up the momentum, keep going, because you're on your way to winning your part in €500. Let's get on to question number 2. Complete this film title. The Lebowski. Is it the Big Lebowski? Is it the Small Lebowski? Is it the Medium Lebowski? Or is it the Large Lebowski? Now, for those of you who don't know the film, it's basically Jeff Lebowski, a.k.a. the Dude. He gets confused with another Mr. Lebowski, who is a millionaire. So it basically goes through the trials and tribulations of him being hunted down and him getting out of that. And just as a little anecdote, initially the Coen brothers, who produced and directed the film, they wanted Marlon Brando to play the Big Lebowski. There we are, I gave the answer away. It was, of course, the Big Lebowski. Unfortunately, Marlon Brando it was the end of his career. It wasn't the right time, right moment to do so, so it wasn't him. It was another actor. So, The Big Lebowski was the right answer. 84% of you got that one right. This question is worth 20 points. So, we're keeping it nice and easy. Don't you worry, it's going to get a bit more intense towards the end when the points will get up to 100 points score for question number 9. Show 226, you got that one right. So well done, Show. You are chaud ce soir. Question number 3. In Grey's Anatomy, who does Meredith Grey marry by post-it note? Talking about post-it notes, I've got a few down here which drive the guys behind in the gallery a bit mad. Is it Richard Webber, Derek Shepherd, Mark Sloan, or George O'Malley? Now, in Grey's Anatomy, who does Meredith Grey marry by post-it note? Richard Webber, Derek Shepherd, Mark Sloan, or George O'Malley? The answer was, of course, Mr. McDreamy, Derek Shepherd, a.k.a. Patrick Dempsey in his real life. He is now, for those of you who are curious as to know what he's become, he is now both a driver and co-owner of Dempsey Proton Racing and drives for Porsche. In fact, I saw him in real life at 24 Hours of Le Mans, 24 Heures du Mans. I saw him. And I can tell you something, he's not that McDreamy in real life. He's all right. You know, he's got leathers on and stuff, but, you know, he's all right. Not that fit. Anyway, 75% of you got that one right, so well done. I just spat everywhere. 9% of you thought it was Richard Webber. 4% of you thought it was Mark Sloan, and 11% of you thought it was George O'Malley, but not Ray Sol. Ray Sol, you got that right, and you got it the quickest, man, so you keep up that speedy finger action. That's what I want to see, dude. There's 500 euros up for grabs tonight. I'm just going to reiterate, just in case you forgot, 500 euros. That's 5 times the usual jackpot. So, you know, we're playing big tonight. Concentrate, guys. Question number 4. Who is Joffrey Lannister's real father in Game of Thrones? Is it Jaime Lannister? Is it King Robert? Is it Peter Baelish? Or is it Ned Stark? You can tell I've watched absolutely... In fact, no, I watched the first episode with Sean Bean. I do not know a thing about Game of Thrones. I think I'm probably one of the only British people over 15 who hasn't. And I'm sorry about that, but I don't know. So the answer is, anyway, Jaime Lannister. I just thought I'd give that away. I can't even talk about it. I can't even improvise. All I know is Sean Bean was in it. Sharp. He was horny fit then. And he came back and killed or something. Anyway, 59% of you got Jaime Lannister. 8% of you thought it was Peter Baelish. 17% of you Ned Stark. So there we go. Anna, you're on the ball. Well done. You got that answer the quickest. Let's move on to question number 5. Lightning McQueen was a character in which animated film? Lightning McQueen. The surname giving is a big indication, or just both of them. The Incredibles, Who Framed Roger Rabbit, Cars, or Monsters, Inc. Lightning McQueen was a character in which animated film? The Incredibles, Who Framed Roger Rabbit, Cars, or Monsters, Inc. Now, just to give a little kind of a tip, the actual answer was Cars. Now, what's really interesting is they got a lot of actual luminaires in the auto industry, a lot of commentators and such like, to voice the characters in Cars. And what's actually really funny is that when they did the German version, it was Niki Lauda who voiced, who was one of the characters, the king. And in Spain, guess who did the same thing? Guess who voiced the king? It was, of course, Fernando Alonso. What do you know? And you know who we got? Like, in the UK, we got Jeremy Clarkson. No, I'm sorry, but no. I'm extremely deceived when I read that. He didn't actually voice that role, but, you know, that was the equivalent. They kind of, you know, gave one voice over to him. A bit disappointed, but you know, here we go. Top Gear or Formula 1 champion? Question number 6. What type of vehicle was Priscilla in Priscilla, Queen of the Desert? I didn't give statistics for the last one, did I? Look at me getting all overexcited. 81% of you got Cars. And Eslam Yusri, you got that answer the quickest. 8% of you thought it was The Incredibles. 5% of you thought it was Who Framed Roger Rabbit. And let's move on to question number 6, which I'd already actually done. What type of vehicle was Priscilla in Priscilla, Queen of the Desert? Talking about vehicles. Was she a ute, which is a utility vehicle? A train, a van, or a bus? What type of vehicle was Priscilla in Priscilla, Queen of the Desert? A ute, a train, a van, or a bus? Priscilla, Queen of the Desert, the film that Guy Ritchie was initially apparently not wanted for the lead part because the director found him too cute. Okay, it was, of course, a bus. Now, the bus, the man who designed the iconic pink bus also designed the vehicles in Mad Max Fury Road. So there we go. Priscilla, Queen in the Desert, a great Australian film about drag queens. And, of course, it has the song that I've just been singing all day now. Rescue me, come take me in your arms, rescue me. 52% of you got it right. You said it was a bus, so well done you. 52% of you got that one right. 6% of you thought ute, Australian film. Yeah, ute. Stick in the ute, mate. It wasn't the right answer. So you were put off there, threw in a red herring there with the old ute, didn't we, mate? 31% of you thought it was a van. 11% of you thought it was a train. Nay. JF, you got that one right the quickest. Let's move on to question number 7. The US TV show Glee is set at which fictional high school? Is it William McKinley, Woodrow Wilson, Abraham Lincoln, or Andrew Jackson? The US TV show Glee is set at which fictional high school? Fictional, guys, doesn't exist. William McKinley, Woodrow Wilson, Abraham Lincoln, or Andrew Jackson? I discovered one thing the other day. I think he's from Glee, Zac Efron. He skates really well. There we go. What do you know? Another bow to his arrow. It was William McKinley. Yes, the TV show Glee was set at William McKinley. Now, what percentage of you thought that was a real school? Don't lie, it's fictional. You know, it was so convincing. 57% of you got that one correct. 16% of you thought it was Abraham Lincoln and Andrew Jackson. And 11% of you thought it was Woodrow Wilson. Miriam, you got that one the quickest. We've got 2 more questions left, guys. We're playing for big money now. If you've got your jokers, put them down now, because I'm telling you that you want to get maximum points, and you want to get those 960 points. You want to put those jokers down the ×3, ×5, and get there. Get your extra share. Get some extra money. Right, question number 8. Which of these men has won the most Best Actor Oscars? Is it Jeff Bridges? Is it Dustin Hoffman? Is it Anthony Hopkins, or is it Al Pacino? Which of these men has won the most Best Actor Oscars? Jeff Bridges, Dustin Hoffman, Anthony Hopkins, or Al Pacino? Now, just to give you a little clue, this man actually started his career. He shared a 1-bedroom apartment with Gene Hackman in the 60s. There we go. Dustin Hoffman. Didn't know that, did you? No, no, no. And when he went to do the casting for The Graduate, the casting director thought he was a window cleaner. And he was like, nay, I am not a window cleaner, but look. And he actually imitated cleaning a window, showing how good he was in his acting talents, and he got the part. He wasn't the first choice. You know, he got the part, and the rest is history. As they say, he got 2 Oscars for Kramer versus Kramer and Rain Man. There we go. He was also the first choice to play the Penguin in Batman, but obviously that went to Danny DeVito. I used to have a headmaster who looked like him. He could have played him as well. He would have been a lot cheaper as well. Let's get on to the 9th and final question. Just before then, I'm going to give you the stats. I'm getting too carried away here. 67% of you got that one right. I wasn't sure if it was my little clue with Gene Hackman, but 67% of you got that one right. 5% of you stuck on Big Lebowski. Thought it was Jeff Bridges. 14% of you thought it was Anthony Hopkins, and 14% of you thought it was Al Pacino. Now, odd 7711. You got that right the quickest. Let's see if you can get this one as quick. It's a hard one. Get concentrating, guys. Put your jokers down if you've got them. This is all to play for right now in this quiz in English. The Prix de Lausanne is awarded in which field of the arts? Is it dance, cinema, opera, or acting? The Prix de Lausanne is awarded in which field of the arts? Dance, cinema, opera, or acting? I'm going to give you the answer quite rapidly because it's worth a lot of money. It was, of course, or it is, of course, dance. Now, you guys got that extremely quickly because, if I'm just getting the stats in, 74% of you got that one correct. 8% of you thought it was cinema, 13% of you thought it was opera, and 5% of you thought it was acting. Now, it's actually for the young dancers. It was created for young dancers between the age of 15 and 18. Those who really want to pursue a career in professional dancing. And the only, unfortunately, dancer that I was familiar with that has actually won the Prix de Lausanne, and that takes place in the Théâtre de Beaulieu in Lausanne, Switzerland. Switzerland, isn't it? It's not France, yeah. Is, of course, Darcy Bussell. Darcy Bussell, who is a judge on Strictly Come Dancing. She used to be a ballerina. Guys, I'm going to give you the stats right now. 293 of you are going to be sharing €500. So we've had a lot of players playing tonight. 293 of you are going to be taking away some money for answering this quiz, working extremely hard, concentrating, and just to get the stats through with regards to the super jackpot. 61 players will be sharing €50 that we've just added there for getting the super jackpot. So well done. That's €2.53 for each person that got right up to the top, got all the answers right, played strategically, and got the jackpot. So guys, it's been an extremely intense evening. I personally found the questions quite easy, so next week I'll be maybe upping the ante a bit. I'm going to have a discussion with the quiz guys, because, you know, we're giving money away here at Be The One. I will be back on Monday for another quiz in English, so be there or be square, Be The One. The application, share it with your friends, come and play between friends. Let's get some real kind of rivalry going on here. And incidentally, if you do go onto the Facebook page, the Be The One Facebook page, tell us what you think, give us some feedback. Are there any kind of fields or any kind of themes that you'd prefer to see? Would you prefer arts or IT or sport or dancing, culture, I don't know, food? Tell us, we're listening to you. Thank you very much for joining me tonight for this quiz in English. Good evening.